We often like to go camping here in our Tesla Model Y, and we've also done it before in our Model S. And it's been a couple of years since I did it with Lucy here, and I'll put a card above to that video that is the last time that we camped, but that was in the middle of the winter and now it's in the summer. But the occasion behind this particular camping trip is to test out a new sleeping pad. So I'm going to drive up into the mountains and I'll unbox it and show you the sleeping pad from Lost Horizon, and then show you how well it works because we're going to sleep on it tonight. I'm not totally sure where we're going to end up camping because it depends on availability. We're going to be going up into dispersed land up here for dispersed camping. Right now I'm estimating that we'll go 52 minutes and 21 miles and we'll get there at 36% because we happen to be at 56% right now. Right now you can see we're going to be going up into American Fork Canyon, and then we're going to be going down Cascade Springs Road, and then there's a dirt road here that goes up in the mountains, and we'll just go up for an adventure and find a place to camp up there. I'm not totally sure where it's going to be, and we'll have fun. Are you excited, Lucy? Mm-hmm. All right, let's do it. We are on Cascade Springs Road, and you can see the view here is just spectacular. We're up really high in elevation. We just went over the summit, and we've gone down from the summit a bit, but the views are still spectacular. Here is our turnoff, Mill Canyon Road, and this is going to be a little bit of a rough road. So if it gets too bad for the Model Y, then I'm going to backtrack and we'll find a different place to camp. But I've been here before and I wanted to see if we could get up it, because there's some cool spots up here. It looks like we could potentially camp right there. So that's an option for us, but you can see the road gets really rough right here. There's some pretty significant water erosion and thus a drop off right there. And while the Model Y maybe could get through this, one of the tires would come off the ground, I'm sure, because this requires quite a bit of suspension articulation to get through this. So this is an example of where I would love to have a Cybertruck. We'd be able to get past that and continue on up the road. So I'm going to back up and I'm going to go to that spot we just barely passed right there. Without further ado, let's get this mattress unboxed and set up. So this is the Lost Horizon mattress or camping pad for the Model Y. And if you look here at the end of it, it has some stats about it, like the dimensions and whatnot. So let's get this unboxed and I'll show you what it looks like. First things first, it comes with a pump, which is something I'm really excited about. You can see here it's a portable pump, 5 volts, 2 amps, 80 watt rated power, and then some other information. This is an integrated pump. Oh, and the pump comes with a USB cable for charging it, and it's USB-C. And this is a pump that actually attaches to the mattress and stays attached while it's pumping up. The indicator light on the pump indicates red when it's charging, and then when it's done it was green. And it was green a minute ago, and then I plugged it back in so I could show you that, and now it's charging again. But yeah, that's pretty much the only indication that it gives. The capacity of the battery is 14.43 watt hours. By the way, Lucy is my camera woman, so thanks for doing that, Lucy. So the mattress, there we go. So first impressions, it is smaller than the other Model Y camping pad that I have, but I'm gonna be getting it unpacked and then we'll see if I can get it back to being this small tomorrow morning when I'm done with it. I also like the bag that it comes in. You can see it's got this clasp here. It's kind of that type that you put it together and then twist it up. And then here it has instructions, which is great because not everything sent to me has instructions. And so it's not very complicated. I can't imagine I'm gonna need much out of the instructions. And then I'm gonna pull that bag off. And then here is the camping pad itself. It's got a carrying handle, so that's nice. And then you've got the clasps here, the 2 of them that keep it wound tight. And here's the inlet nozzle. And you can see right here when I take that nozzle off, right there it says deflate. I'm going to undo these straps. Now these straps do not stay connected to the pad, which is fine, but they do stay connected to each other, so it's nice that they won't get lost. Okay, so this is the camping pad. You can see right here where it cuts out, it flares out. That's why it's designed for the Teslas, because up in the front it gets wider up there. Okay, so I've retrieved the pump from charging. It was only charging for a few minutes. It probably came with the charge. There is no indicator on it where the battery's status is. There is a little indicator light. I assume that probably blinks red once it's empty. Right now it's not empty, so it's just nothing. Now to fill this up, you'll see in here there's this blue disc and it says deflate on it. And if I press on the edge of that, it'll flip around and you'll see there that it says inflate. So it's a really clever design to inform you of where it's at, but just recognize that this flips around. And then this right here is it's not threaded, but it is actually threaded in here, but that's unnecessary. So I'm just gonna push this on here. It has a nice fit to it where it feels snug and like it's not gonna fall off. And then to turn on this pump, you double tap the power button. And just like that, it's starting to fill this up pretty quick. Now, they do advertise this as being self-inflating. So if you open this up and give it a lot of time, I'm not sure how long, but a little while, it would actually self-inflate to some degree. But it will never get fully rigidly firm. Now, we don't really want it fully rigid, but we just want to get it inflated more quickly. And then we want to be able to let out some air so that it's comfortable and soft, whatever our preference is. Now, the inlet is at the end of the car that is supposed to be on the inside. So to get it laying flat, I have to kind of pull this out, but I'm just doing a demonstration here. Normally I probably would start this so that this end is on the inside and just have the pump hanging out by the center console until it's full. And that's it, it's pretty much full now. So I'm gonna pop this off. To turn this off, I pressed and held the power button. I think that's about good, let's try that. So I'm gonna screw this outer cap on to just keep all the air in there. So this is the whole Lost Horizon mattress. And I'm gonna put this back in with the white end in, of course. And then right here, Airsoft 4.5 self-inflating camping mattress. So that's the model that we are evaluating right there. Come on in, Lucy. So we're testing it out.
Kind of firm.
Kind of firm?
Yeah.
So even though...
because you're on it.
Well, potentially. But yeah, it was probably too firm the way it was fully inflated. And I've let out air so that it's actually just kind of passively open. And this feels pretty nice. So we're just gonna leave it as it is for now. And then we'll add additional air or let out air as we feel like it later if we want to. Now, something I wanted to point out that I've learned from past experiences is with the 7-seater Model Y, not the 5-seater, you can slide the middle bench forward. And so that helps give more forward support to the mattress above. And then just a couple, like 4 to 6 inches of a gap right here is actually not even noticeable because this is thick enough and firm enough. I guess you would if you put your knee right there or something, but not a big deal. And so then the mattress goes all the way up here to the driver's seat and makes for a really great camping space. As far as the fit is concerned, you can see right here it's butted up against this side really and firmly, and this side it just squeezes in, so it's really quite perfectly fit there. I think it's okay that it doesn't fill this whole gap right here because that means you can stow things down in there and easily reach down and get them out, and that applies to this side as well. And then up there in the front where it goes up wider, you can see it just kind of follows the contour of the side of the car and goes like that. And if we look at the other side where the door is closed, you can see it goes right to the edge of the door handle. So it really is a nice fit. I really like it. And right here, it actually cuts in just a little bit, and that's where the valve is. And then that's the screen right there that we have installed in our Model Y. So you could still look down on it, I guess. But in general, the HVAC system, the air is going to be blowing out from down here, and that's not going to be terribly helpful. But that's okay, because we're pretty close to the front here, and we'll be getting our air from the strip up there in the front. I've turned on camp mode in the car, and I have it set to 68 degrees, and we may adjust that depending on how we feel throughout the night. But I just wanted to point out that we are at 43% on the Model Y battery. So let's see where that is in the morning after we've camped out here for, well, it'll be 8 to 10 hours or something like that. But before we go to bed, we're going to take advantage of the games in the car, and Lucy and I are going to be playing some beach buggy racing. You excited, Lucy?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
Let's look at ludicrous.
Okay.
Since that's the one with no stars.
Here we go, Lucy.
This is my good track. Like hit the corner, and then I did a bunch of flips.
Well, if we can't have the Cybertruck here camping tonight, at least we have the Cybertruck here in this game.
Yep.
It looks like Utah in there, huh?
Uh-huh.
When a Tesla is in camping mode, then this comes up on the display, and then after about half an hour, the display just goes black. So what do you think of the mattress so far, Lucy? Is it nice and comfortable?
Yeah.
What I love about it compared to an air mattress that we have is it's a lot quieter. The air mattress is very squeaky and loud. Plus, the air mattress, when one person moves around, the other person gets bounced around. And on this mattress, that does not happen. It feels very nice and very, I like the feel of it, like it's soft and comfortable. So we're gonna go to bed now, go to sleep now, and we'll wake up in the morning and tell you what we think of it. Morning, Lucy.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Good.
Yeah? How's the mattress?
It's good.
Good. It has been 12 hours since we arrived here, and the Tesla battery is at 35%. So that means it used 8% overnight. And if we go down here to the climate keeper, you can see that the exterior is currently at 37 degrees and it's set to 68 degrees still inside. So that was the temperature delta, and it used 8% to keep the heater on overnight. The mattress worked fantastic. I really like it. It has a good feel to it because of the foam. It's firm but soft enough. It didn't lose any air overnight, and when either of us moved around, it didn't really affect the other one at all. So now what I'm going to do is let the air out of the mattress. I'm going to just open this up here, and then it's already starting to come out a little bit, but if I twist this, hopefully you heard that, there's there was an outrush of air, so there was some air pressure in there, and now it's pretty much no air is going in or out. So I'm going to grab the pump to suck the rest of the air out. So I just put that on right here, kind of twist a little bit to get it on, and it kind of stays on. And I'll turn this on by double pushing the power button. I can feel the air blowing out on the bottom. And then if I pull that back like this, you'll probably see the mattress getting sucked down, which makes a huge difference in the ease of rolling up these foam air mattresses. It's kind of funny, you can see that where I was laying on the left was more crushed last night than where Lucy was. There's just a little indentation where she was. So the big question here is this going to be relatively easy? I'm going to leave the pump going, and I'm just going to start rolling this. So because there's foam in here, it does not roll as tightly as an air mattress would. And when I get home, I'm going to get my air mattress so I can kind of show a quick size comparison. Regardless, I'm going to get this rolled up as tightly as I can. And then I put the straps right here. So the same 2 double presses turn it off. I'll screw the cap back on so the air doesn't go back in. I'm going to take this one and put it underneath. So I have not readjusted these straps since it was new last night. And this right here is how close I got. So it's about 1 inch. Oh, my hands are in there. There we go. So I got it about as tight as it came. So that's a win, but it's tight. This right here, same thing. It's a little bit tighter. I'm going to go ahead and loosen the strap, get it latched, and then use the strap to tighten it a little bit. There we go. That's how small it gets. And this is our test fridge. Right here, I'm going to move this just out of the way for demonstration purposes of space. And so this thing could be put down here. It definitely does not fill the whole cavity. There's space above it, and you could squeeze it to the side, and you could put things around it. So that's good that it fits here. Now let's check the frunk. I'll put a card above to the review video I made about this test fridge, but this has worked fantastically well for us, and we are extremely happy with it. Up here in the frunk, I keep a variety of car related things, and so there could be a little bit more room in there for this mattress. So it looks like to me, yeah, it definitely sticks up somewhat. I'm going to try closing the frunk, see if it will. Nope, definitely will not by that much. Okay, I tried again, and I moved the pump right over here to the side and some suction cups over here to this side, and it's now just a little bit lower. Everything is still the same in there. I didn't take anything out, and now it does fit. And so this would be my preference, to store it up here. Then it doesn't take away from the storage space that we need for in the back, but that we're using more likely like the cooler in the back and the food that we use during the road trip during the day. And as an aside, I'm doing a test over here with this Mega One power station powering the Starlink dish. I'll put a card above to this review video, and apparently it's at 5% here the next morning, and it started at 100% 12 hours ago. We are done camping this morning. We're going to head back home. You can see the battery is at 34%. And if we zoom in here, you can see this is the route we're going to be taking. It's going to be 22 miles and 55 minutes. And yeah, it's estimating that we'll be getting back home at 34%, the same percentage we're at now. And the reason for that is if we come over here to the energy graph, initially we're going up in elevation just a little bit, and that's where the battery's going down. And then we're going to be going down in elevation for a while. And so it's going to be charging the battery back up to even more than we have right now. And then when we get to the valley, it'll consume just a little bit of energy to drive through the city. That's kind of fun thing about electric cars. Depending on the elevation changes of your route, the battery percentage might not be very affected. We are now home, and we ended up getting here at 35%. Hey guys, how you doing this morning?
Good.
Great. Did you miss us?
I got James dressed today.
Oh, good job.
Toast.
Oh, toast for breakfast. Did you have fun, Lucy? This is another air mattress that is purpose-built for Teslas. It gets wider up in the front, narrower here in the back. I did a review video about it in the past, and I'll put a card above to that. As a side note, it came with 2 straps as well, but one of them broke. The latch on it broke, and it has a lot of tension on it trying to suck this down tighter. And so it just has the one now. Now this is actually sucked down about as tight as I could possibly get it, and I had the vacuum on it sucking it, the air out of the inside, just like I did with the Lost Horizon today. Now, as a size comparison, look at the difference. Obviously the Lost Horizon is smaller. I'd say maybe 25% smaller, and that is quite appreciated in my opinion. And then over here, this tiny one that you could even just overlook is an actual just air mattress. So this is just your basic air mattress, has no foam in it. So it obviously packs down the smallest because there's less material. It just relies on the air to keep the shape. When this is aired up though, it is physically taller, like probably 2 inches taller. It's about 6 inches tall, whereas these are about 4 inches tall. And there's a night and day difference of comfort when there's foam versus not. So I really don't like the air mattress, but it is really compact. So there are some situations where we maybe have to take that still. This will be my next mattress that I take, the Lost Horizon. It will be my favorite camping mattress in the Teslas. And then this is not as ideal. It's still a very comfortable mattress. I've slept on it probably, I don't know, close to 15 nights now. It works great. It's just that it takes up more space in the car when you're not sleeping on it. So I just thought I'd share that with you just to give you an idea of some of the comparisons out there on the market. To be clear, I should have mentioned this in the beginning, but Lost Horizon did send us this mattress for free to evaluate, but they did not dictate that I say anything specific about it at all. And so all of this video has been my own opinions and experience testing it out for the first time. I hope this has been helpful to see how well the Lost Horizon mattress works, as well as how compact it is when it's rolled up. And I will include a link in the video description below to it. And with that, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.